Rotating drum filters are a frequently used form of mechanical filtration commonly found in aquaponics here at OCC. Due to their low maintenance costs, reliability, and low flow requirements, this is true for our aquaponics lab, where the rotating drum filter can be found and worked on. These filters are not pressurized like sand or bead filters and instead rely on gravity itself to filter out particulates. This also means that the filter itself requires far less energy and water because there is no need to backwash the system. The water flows into a system and through a large drum-lined screen that catches large wastes and other particulates. This is a 75 micron screen that is very fragile and should be considered very delicate. It then flows into a fluidized media filter using K1 media. This fluidized bed filters out even more waste, and due to its high surface area of the media, nitrifying bacteria are able to form within the filter. Because of this constant movement of this media, the bacteria stay oxygenated, and this part serves as another form of filtration within our rotating drum filter. Now, as the drum gets clogged up with detritus, flow will slow down and the water level will fall. After approximately 30 minutes, which is about the amount of time it takes for the probe to be uncovered, the water level will get too low and the sensor will trigger the spray bar to clean the drum. The water from the spray bar will rise the water level back to its standard position. Furthermore, an ATO system will keep the water level at the correct position with a separate sensor. Within the system in our aquaponics greenhouse, the flow starts from the koi fish tank. A pipe on the bottom of the tank has slits cut inside of it so it can vacuum up any waste that settles on the bottom. There is also an overflow output that skims the surface waters for detritus. These pipes both lead into the rotating drum filter. Within this chamber, the water will go through a channel and fall through the drum filter and into the second chamber. The water then goes out the rest of the greenhouse and loops back to the original tank, where this process starts all over again. As was said before, once the automatic cleaning of the drum filter begins, the waste is blasted into the trough. This leads into two separate settling tanks before the water is returned to its primary system. Rotating drum filters are renowned for their reliability, efficiency, and low maintenance. This, however, does not mean problems can't occur. As Professor Ellis always says, it's not about if it breaks, it's about when. So what problems can occur for the rotating drum filter in our aquaponics facility? Well, most problems can be traced back to the ATO not being full or malfunctioning, which causes the water level to become unbalanced. The first situation is when the probe measuring water level becomes exposed, but after the spray down occurs, the probe isn't covered. This automatically shuts down the rotating drum filter, which, depending on how long it's shut off for, can result in encrusted waste in the screen. To fix this issue, the drum itself needs to be taken out and sprayed down with a pressurized hose, carefully so as to not damage the screen. This process, however, can take many hours and should be left to the staff or the professor. Another issue that can occur is when, again, the water level is too low, and when the spray down occurs, the probe is covered but very minimally. Normally, from the top of the sensor to the bottom, it takes a short amount of time for the water level to drop. But if the water level is much lower on the sensor, it can change. This overworks the pump controlling the spray bar, which, if left unchecked, will blow a fuse and damage the pump. If this occurs, please notify a staff member or the professor immediately. More uncommon problems are damaged or clogged spray bars, which require removal and cleaning. None of these problems should ever be addressed alone, and if anything happens that is out of the ordinary, please notify a staff immediately to fix the problem at hand. In summary, the rotating drum filter is a very low maintenance machine, but still has its issues. It is a vital part in our aquaponics lab and helps feed and provide water to many of our plants. This is why it is extremely important to always monitor and maintain the drum filter here at OCC's Aquaponics.